Hello and welcome to episode 22 of the EyeTest FC. Stay humble, you absolute As you can see from the title, we are not here to talk about Arsenal Man City. But I'm here to give you a very big update about our podcast and what's in store in the coming weeks and months. And going back to our first episode, the day we published it, one of my very good friends, Nishant, told me this amazing stat about podcasts, right? He said if you publish 21 podcasts, you automatically are in the top 1% of podcasts in the world, irrespective of viewership. So our goal was to, with Samarth, of course, post consistent content. And here it's just two guys who love football, but knew nothing about podcasting. Like we had to Google how do you edit podcasts. We had to Google what equipment to purchase, everything. And in this 21 episodes, we have learned so much. At the same time, we have used the content that the Premier League games have given us to build our brand and to build our identity and to figure out what we actually want to talk about. And Samarth has been huge in helping me achieve 21 episodes. And as attractive as it was for episode 22 to be about Arsenal beating City, there are certain things that I've been wanting to talk about for months, ever since we started the podcast. And right now it's time to move into that new phase of where the EyeTest FC is going and talk about a variety of topics, right? Starting with a deeper understanding of tactics, but of course not a tactical masterclass, because there are a bunch of podcasts that do that. There's so much data available in football. So I want to use data analytics and find some synergies with the EyeTest and talk about players like a Carlos Baleba or an Adam Wharton, who are really packaged 70 million players for any top club that can afford them. Or at the same time talking about players like Johan Visa of Brentford or Dennis Undav, who was formerly of Brighton, who are really effective bargain buys. Think Arsenal this winter. Or players in a more continental aspect like Joan Garcia, who is one of, if not the most effective shot stoppers in La Liga. And players like Max Daumann, who are only 15 years old and are making waves in the Arsenal Academy. And a bridge to that, which is more topical conversations. So the fact that the Arsenal Academy, who I just mentioned, have spawned both Miles Lewis-Kelly and Ethan Nwaneri at the same time. Two 70-80 million pound players at the same time in the same club. That's almost unheard of in football. And talking about Aston Villa, who chose to cash in on John Duran mid-season in the middle of their first Champions League campaign in years. And that's only in the Premier League. And looking more continental, the youngest country in Europe, Turkey, who have brilliant players like Kenan Yildiz and Arda Güler, who play for Juventus and Real Madrid, and how I believe that they can become a footballing powerhouse in the future, in the next few years actually. And in the coming weeks and months, you're not only hearing my voice, but I'm going to be bringing on Samarth. I'm going to be bringing on other guests as well. So there is a lot to look forward to. Please give me your suggestions, ideas, topics that you'd like me to cover in the comments below, and keep an eye out for the first episode of this new format next week. See you guys.